Alright, so today we'll be playing Die of Death. The new update just dropped at the time of recording, I think like 3 minutes ago. This is my first killer game, and we'll be playing Harken. Also, yes, I do have Cesis Harken. I got it while I was doing the collab for the Forsaken skin. But anyways, I have not seen any of the new maps yet, so if I look a little lost, that's why.
Fresh meat.
Yeah, I thought I could break this to open up the map more, but nope. I'll just go look for my first survivor, while also appreciating the scenery. And there's a banana revolver. Now, I did read about the abilities before going in, so I placed this little sound thing, I don't even know what it's called, around me to get more sound for Enraged. I find this guy doing I don't even know what, but I get heavy damage on him. Agitation got reversed, so now it's a zoning tool, which slows people who run into the shockwave, which is very good. This guy is kind of just running around mindlessly, so he should be a free kill. Yep. I spot Caretaker and Bugle, I think that's what it's called here, but I do slip on the banana. This boost pad slash dash goes right past me, so I decide to switch to them. Now, I haven't played this game in a long while, so my M1s are not the cleanest, but I do get this good agitate on them, so they should be dead either way. But of course, in any ASIM game, I get my ankles broken constantly, and then I get stunned by Revolver. Luckily, they decide to run towards me instead of away, so I still kill them. I have no clue what this Caretaker's flashlight ability even does, even after playing a couple more games, but I'll just switch onto them anyways. Now, apparently taunt can stun, which I did not know, so I get laid out on my ass, but it doesn't really matter. I can use this agitate to zone the Caretaker, and yep, now they're cornered. Now I just need to not get my ankles broken, and I should get the kill. But nope, I slip on a banana I didn't even see. I slip on another banana immediately after. And I decide, Caretaker already got tons of distance, might as well switch to banana. Now, at this point, what I didn't know is that you can activate Enraged at 150 sound, not 300, so I just waited until I got to 300 to activate it. But it doesn't really matter. I'm still on Revolver here, but I do hit 0. I wasn't really paying attention to my stun much, because this is still my first killer game. They missed this stun, which lets me punish them easily. Still have no clue what the flashlight does, it didn't really do anything either. I put down my sound box, even though I'm literally 300 sound already. And I continue to go after the Revolver, because, they're low, and they're pretty easy kill. Or they should be, I should say. I finally pop Enrage here, because I was kind of losing the chase. And all my abilities switch. I did read this move and realize it's a heavy damage move, kind of like dashing. So I just hit this Bugle for 40 damage, and now they're basically one shot. With an Enraged Harken right on them, they're definitely dead. If I don't get Juke bonus, which is a big if. I get shot here with Scissor Bone, but the HP loss isn't that big a deal on Harken anymore, as she has multiple ways of healing herself instead of just her normal one way. This light pillar wasn't really that good, it didn't zone anybody, but I still get the kill either way, and now I'm on Caretaker since they decided to flash me. This is my first time using the new Tangle, and it does work, and look at that AoE on the Tangle, it's very big. It's almost impossible to miss, I'd say, but I immediately slip on another banana, which I'm not very good at dodging stuns, and I get stuck on the wall there, but Caretaker, I don't know if they hit 0 or something, they're just standing around, and I have over half my stamina left, so they're definitely still dead. Yep, that's GG's. And now it's LMS versus Revolver Banana. I started off with 100 sound still and a good zone on them. They missed their banana, and I tried to hit them with Tangle here, but since it's an open area, I completely miss. Now, I should still be able to catch up to them with my reach, and I use Immolate, my first time using that, to get a new speed boost and to get more sound. And my HP is pretty much full, so it doesn't really matter. But even after that Revolver shot, I'm still pretty healthy, and they're not going to kill me, and they're below half now. So I could just hawk them down, get another M1, and secure the kill for LMS. Also, don't mind me at the end there, I was just very excited to win my first ever killer game back. And I get an S grade as well, which is a new mechanic I didn't notice when I played, but it's pretty cool. That means I completely dominated the lobby, which I'll take for my first game back, Now, the next game will be Survivor gameplay, not killer gameplay. And it also isn't the first game I played, first survivor game I should say. So I will have some knowledge. But with all that said, I hope you enjoyed the next game and see you there. Now the next game will be against a pursuer. This will be my first time encountering a pursuer, either as killer or survivor. So I'm learning on the spot with you guys here. Alright, let's hope for some good cards. I still don't know what half of the abilities do, but I guess I'll go for blocking a Adrenaline. Now this is also my first game on HQ, so for the first half of the game, I'm just looking around trying to see what the best new loot spots are, as most of the map did get changed. Actually, now I think about it, I think most of the map got changed. So I'm just looking around here to see if anything's a good potential loop spot. This is actually a dead end, which you see I'm running into the cone. They blocked off the basement entirely, which is pretty sad, and they also added a ton of red doors to prevent looping. Now I'm looking over Adrenaline here, and apparently now it's a team-based ability. Basically, the trail, you leave a trail while running with Adrenaline that speeds up your teammates if they follow it. And also Adrenaline just got overall pretty much buffed. Don't ask what that block was, it was just to practice it. Yeah, I just wanted to read the ability total. But anyways, back on Adrenaline, the end lag that it gives you is significantly reduced. Yeah, you just saw it. That's like a 1.5 second stun, which is way better than what it was before. And also you gain your stamina back immediately. So you can really just use it as an escape tool with no punishment, and it also helps team play, so overall got buffed. This little outside area isn't the best loop, but I did find the god loop here. I didn't recognize it at this moment, but I did find it. This little garden patch is pretty mid, and I immediately figured that out, so I tried to go find a different loop spot. Cause right now, as you see, I'm not being very helpful for my team. I'm basically just playing for LMS. And I look over here, and they did keep the drop down. And they also made False Dagger much worse in this game. Yeah, you just saw that. And there's also a red door here, so it isn't the best. This middle loop also isn't the best. And they also completely gutted this loop and the outside area here. You can just open that box in the middle, and then you're kind of fried. There is a drop down up here, but there's not enough distance, especially with the False Dagger, for that to be a good check spot. I also see this middle black area right here, which is actually a pretty decent loop. But at this moment, I realize my team is kind of dying, so I should probably go help. So I decide to go locate the pursuer and try to block / Adrenaline for my team. Now, what the pursuer just did there was bite. Basically, if you use stalk, and then in stalk, you can press howl to use an ability called bite, which does 10 damage and then 10 more bleed damage. It's not the best, but it's a good way to attack people outside of stock and also reduce your end lag a bit. Now my block unfortunately didn't help the revolver at all, so they still die. So I just go back to trying to find a good loop spot, which I already looked over all the loops here, so I don't figure out the god loop yet. So I just decide to go back to help my team, even though I'm still on cooldown. What you just saw is the other stock variant, which is stock cleave. It's the same thing as Howl, where if you're in stock, you can use Cleave to do a little dash attack. It does 20 damage instead of the usual 30 that Cleave does, but it has a lunge, and it's pretty easy to hit off of stock, unless the survivor jukes you out. Also, I did miss my block there again. I'm not that good, but I do hit this Adrenaline for my teammates, which helps them get out of dodge a little bit. And again, Adrenaline, like, look at all that distance I got for free. After this kill, I realized LMS could be starting soon. So right here is pretty sure where I figured out where the god loop is. I realized that even though there's a red door there, you can low-key run across the entire building. Cause even if they camp at the red door, you have enough distance where this is still a goated check spot and still very much a god loop. And here's where I figured out what the flashlight does. Apparently it dazes, and I'm assuming blinds the killer. I still haven't gotten blind by it myself if the killer looks directly at the flashlight for too long. Which, I mean, is a pretty good support ability, but I don't think anybody's getting blinded, especially since you can run backwards and not have any speed penalty, unlike Forsaken. I take an N1 there for no reason because I didn't see the pursuer, so now I'm 60 HP. Now, one thing about this pursuer is that they love using stalk like a whole ton. And I lose track of them here, but apparently they were killing one of my teammates. I don't even know where. The pursuer misses the lunge here and my teammate decides to go outside, which, I mean, fair enough, the loops up here aren't the greatest. So I decide to follow them to see what's up, to see if this is potentially a good loop spot. Looks like they closed off this back outside loop. And luckily I don't get punished for that block because both my teammates kind of whiffed there. So I'm a bit afraid that my teammate's going to go into LMS, so I try to see if there's a loop outside here. And while yes, there is a loop here, it's so bad. There's only one way to get out the loop, so if you go back here, just don't. It's not worth it. This loop sucks, and yeah, I really try to get out so I don't get cornered and I'm forced to use that. I was a bit afraid they go for me with this stock, but nope, they're still on my teammates. And it looks like they get dazed here, but my teammate takes another M1, so they're below 50 right now. Now, I really should be helping them, but I'm camping at this god loop because I am 60 HP now, and if I take another M1, I only got one M1 to take for speed boost and LMS, which I'm not very confident in. From the looks of it, you can just kind of spam stock a bunch. This pursuer has used it a whole ton. And I don't know if they just missed there, but maybe they patched out wall banging. Now my teammates does come towards me, so I use adrenaline to give them a speed boost. But they decide to double back for no reason, so pursuer just uses stock immediately again, so it must have a reduced cooldown if you use a move in it or something, I don't know. I don't see where my teammate is, but I do low-key want to use this god loop because I have a feeling they're gonna die. Yeah, they take another M1, which means they're now one shot. And also, you can look at the new ghost thing. You can actually see the ghosts if they're following you, which is pretty cool. And pursuer again uses stock, which is kind of crazy. You can just use it whenever you want. And it does give you a speed boost in stock, so I mean, I guess pursuer is better at like switching targets slash catching up to targets now. My teammate takes another M1. Honestly, I have no clue how they're not dead, considering they were below half like multiple times, but now they're one shot. I hit them with the adrenaline boost to help. But yeah, I'm just gonna camp at the god loop. They're definitely dying. Adrenaline also broke this window here, which will become relevant in a second as, yep, now I'm in LMS. I also like the new portraits they give in LMS. It looks very good. But as you can see, I take the god loop here. Pursuer doesn't go to the red door, but I get slightly stuck on the wall, which means they should be able to catch up on this cycle. But they decide to use stock. And also, yeah, I don't take the best pathing on the window, and the window still gives me false stagger, but it's probably worth it. Pursuer stocks cleaves here, and I don't block because I'm rusty and I didn't trust myself to block that. And I fall down here, so I'm forced to use adrenaline unless I want to take another M1. But look at that, look at all that distance I got. And with the reduced end lag, it doesn't really matter. I know they're desperate for a hit, so I block. And now I'm way ahead. And I also have just enough health to take 2 more M1s if needed, so this LMS is basically secure. They decide to use stock again, which is quite annoying, but I managed to juke out the cleave this time, so I can just make a break for the god loop again. Now I do take false stagger here, so maybe this loop isn't as good as I portrayed it because of the false stagger, and obviously they can break the window to take a shortcut, but it's still very good. Now this is getting down to the wire, but they're scared of a block, so they decide not to swing at me, which is unfortunate because that just means I win. And with the adrenaline at the end to secure it, that's my first win against Pursuer. Anyways, the next game will be a killer game. In fact, it'll be my first Pursuer game. Pursuer isn't my best killer, but I will try my best, and see you in the next one. Alright, Mikyu on this. Oh, I forgot the name of the map. Oh well. But it looks like it changed quite a ton. As you can see, I'm looking around here, because this is my first time playing on the map Survivor or Killer. This lobby has 7 people this time, which is going to be much harder for me to deal with. There's also a ton of healers in this lobby, which means getting kills will be a pain in the butt. This adrenaline is basically impossible to catch up to, but I didn't recognize that, so I continue to chase them. I use Howl here, but honestly, I don't know how Howl works anymore. Like, I feel like they're barely getting slowed. I decide to stick on my target even though they get healed, and Yeah, there's like 12 healers in the game. Ignore that there's only 7 people. So I'm just getting no permanent damage. I do hit this caretaker for like 50 though, but I don't dodge the punch, which means they can just camp up here. I decide to go after these two, thinking they're AFK, but nope, they're just standing around. I try to hit the caretaker up here after Halloween, but it looks like they patched that, which I don't really get because this check spot is kind of crazy, even with that drop down. I attack caretaker here and they just explode into pieces, which I think is very funny. I don't know if that's just all killers or if that's just my skin, but I missed the cleave here, so I decided to just stop. But apparently this lobby has Daredevil, so they cancel my stock bite, and they also emo on me, which I don't appreciate. And I see all these people getting healed here, so I already know all my damage is gone. I decide to get on this caretaker punch because I need to kill the healers here. I'm scared of a punch now because I just got hit, but I still stick it. I get 40 damage on the caretaker, but it's still not below half, and this random caretaker dives into me. This block misses, so I decide to switch onto them. I howl here, but this is what I'm talking about. I feel like they don't get slowed at all. I do get a speed boost, but it's not really noticeable to me. This guy decides to just camp up here, which means I get a free 60 damage on them, and I should get a free kill for that. I'm really hitting a lot of blocks today since I usually just swing when I'm playing a rushdown killer, and that probably also makes me hit 0. So I decide to just stalk for the speed boost, and this guy decides to just hot dog right in front of me, but I missed the cleave, so I can't even punish them. Now this flashlight again didn't really do anything to me. I don't know if it, like, I was facing towards them, I don't know why it didn't do anything. But then I realized there's a freaking care pad in the lobby. No wonder like nobody is below half, even though I did like probably close to 500 damage by now. I don't get hit with this punch, so I decide to just stick it on the care pad. But of course, all their teammates are here to help them, so I just don't catch up. So I decide to switch to this caretaker who rushed into me, because they should be down 25 standing. This guy misses his block, I'm pretty sure, and gets hit with cleave, so I decide to just get on them. But then I hear a care pad being built, so I rush over. But this is very stupid. They're literally all the way across the map. Even if I'm not going to get the punish on the care pad. I hit everybody here with a bite, because I read in the description it does more damage the more people you hit. But I don't even know if that's true. And again, there's like 5 healers. My damage is not permanent at all. I managed to catch this guy off the adrenaline, and I should be up stamina here. So yeah, I get the kill. They don't explode this time, which I don't know why. But I decide to stalk since I don't really have a good chase on anybody. And I do bite this guy, doing 20 damage basically. You can see everybody healing my damage on the stupid fucking care pad. And I do hold this check spot, but it's pretty bad since they get a good chase start on me. And I just barely reach them for it with a cleave. And this guy blocks it, so yeah, it's pretty bad. I stalk here to try to find them off guard. And I do bite this random caretaker. And they missed their dash, so now I definitely should be up and this should be a kill. But guess 137 is back in this game, so I get charged off the ledge. I'm pretty sure you don't take extra knockback if you get charged off the ledge though, which is pretty cool. But this guy gets healed. And now I definitely want this care pad dead because they're just taking so much damage off of me. This little, this not even a loop, but I just get juked on it until I go into shift lock. So I hit them with 40 damage here. But all their teammates are going to protect them because, you know, they're a care pad. So I howl. But you see, howl doesn't do anything. Like, they're literally, they took no speed deficit from that. I try to reach them with the cleave, but nope. And with my luck, it looks like the one care pad is also the best player in this game, or one of the best, because they're actually competent. I try to hit them with the stock, and I do hit the random block with the bite. I continue to go onto the care pad though, because I really need them dead, or else I'm gonna lose. But then I realized I have 20 seconds. I'm not killing this guy. I hit them with the M1, and I think, oh wait, maybe I can kill them. But nope, they're actually looping really well. I'm forced to dodge this, and I try to kill this block. If I could just get this kill, maybe with the 30 seconds I get something, but nope, my cleave doesn't reach, so I lose. Pretty bad performance. I only got 3 kills, but hopefully my next Survivor game goes well. Yep, you saw that right. The first special game mode from the new update that I got is Evil Scary. He did get reworked, so I'm curious to see how it works, and we're also going up against another Ceases Harkin. Now this map, I still have no clue how to loot this map, but I do find a pretty decent loot. My abilities aren't the greatest. It's Punch Adrenaline, which actually Adrenaline isn't the worst ability anymore, so it's a pretty good set now that I think about it. I really run to the Harkin, but they don't punish me at all. I guess they're looking for a different target. And I try to find Evil Scary, and yep, they're right above me. Even though I played this map before, I still punched that barrier like an idiot thinking I could break it. Now this map is very good for Evil Scary since a lot of it is very cornered / dead enemy. So if Harkin or a civilian gets caught in the corner, Evil Scary can kind of just have a field day. Now, after watching back this game, I realized that you can activate Harkin's Enrage whenever you want. You just have a maximum Enrage duration of 300 sound, whatever that translates to. So Harkin activates Enraged here for whatever reason, and I pop Adrenaline. Now, this is a very bad Adrenaline, and I should get punished for it, but it seems like Harkin wasn't going after me, so I don't get punished at all. Now, Evil Scary starts tripping out and dash attacking at people. I'm pretty sure he feints a couple attacks and then he actually goes for it, which is very, very scary. It's very in character. I almost get hit here twice, but I somehow dodge it, and then he goes after somebody else. But the good news is, after he does all that, he gets sent to the bottom or the top of the map. So you have a little bit where you can just be free of Evil Scary. Now, again, don't ask me what this punch was. It was horrible. But one of my teammates dies to the Harkin, which is unfortunate, but CarePad is still alive. I keep running into the dead ends in the middle of this map since there are a lot of dead ends on this map. But here, I decide to hover near Harkin to get my score up because, well, I haven't been doing anything else, and I get chased, which isn't that bad because I figure out where the best loot on this map is this little corridor here. I do a little juke because I realize Evil Scary is going to come, and I realize my CarePad is stuck here, so I come back to Adrenaline with him. And that does get him out because I feel like he would have died with the Harkin slow plus Evil Scary. So I do manage to help my team so. Now unfortunately Harkin decides to target me here and I'm kind of in a dead zone. So I just make a break for it. I didn't even know you could climb up here before I tried it, but it looks like you can. So that manages to get me out. So I can simply just escape. Evil Scary goes into the sky at convenient timing. I try to punch here because I thought they would keep running, but they use agitation. We also get to see Evil Scary's Tweakazoid again, and I managed to juke up the Harkin a bit, and I go up here to my teammates, and right on cue, Evil Scary goes away. Harkin dampers down here, so we all run. What's it called? A calm Harkin still isn't that big of a threat in my opinion. I spin near my caretaker because I'm trying to get healed, as I'm just barely above 50%. At the same time, Harkin activates Enraged, but from this point on, I'm kind of just standing around doing nothing, so I'll just speed it up for you until I get chased and or go into LMS. And yep, my chase starts with me whiffing this punch. So Harkin decides to go to me, but luckily Adrenaline just gets me out of dodge. This is such a powerful ability. Even though I take suboptimal pathing, I just get so much distance that Harkin just can't continue chasing me. Now my teammate drops here and Harkin chases after them. Since I'm just camping up here, I'll speed it up again, and I'll see you in LMS. Now it's LMS time. Hopefully I can clutch out a win. Both of these portraits are absolutely sick, by the way. Now Harkin decides to put down their noise meter and go in rage before chasing me. Now this is normally where I'd say, oh, this is a very intense LMS and it came down to the wire, but Evil Scary is my G, so he just kills the Harkin. Apparently she was very low HP. So I'll take the win. Well, that'll be the end of this video. 4 whole games, 2 survivor, 2 killer, 3 wins, 1 loss. Pretty good record. It also was done in a day, which I think is a record for me. Anyways, have a good day and I hope you enjoyed the update. See you next time.